It's Enrico Pallazzo!
Utah, give me 2.
Pallazzo!
Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to a Pallazzo live stream. I'm Britton Allan, 2Ls2Zs. I'm Britton Allan, and today I'm just going to live stream my Ottoneu auction draft. The Ottoneu League is kind of like a dynasty / keeper style league. Like, it's got monetary value for each player. You've got a budget of $400. You have to start. It's 5x5 roto, but a bunch of players, because you only have so much of a budget, get cut because they're too expensive. So this isn't a starter league. This league's been going on for about 3 years. I absolutely love it. You can pick my players in the minors that no one's ever heard of. It's all up for grabs. You have 40 roster spots, and how you fill up those roster spots are up to you. Ottoneu has a few little things that are different. Like, there is a innings pitched limit in this league at 5x5 roto. And the positional players, just like a real baseball player, they're limited to 162 games. So, you can't just volume your way into production. You've got to, start sitting decisions. You got to be smart about it. So I love that. I love that about it, because like in some head-to-head leagues, man, you can just drop ad. It's like the Wild West, and that's cool too. But I like this because there's innings pitched, and it limits on starting your positional players. But let's go take a look at the auction room in Ottoneu. Here we go. And I hope y'all can see that okay. I'm doing my screen sharing. This is the room right here. You got your fine players. Let's scroll up here for a second. Thank you everyone for joining me. I started a little bit early because I wanted to kind of show the room a little bit. You've got your chat over here, your bid amount, current status. The auction hadn't started yet. It starts at 7. Last I checked. At least I hope it does. We'll see. So out of my $400 budget, I've got $184 free. You don't have to have all 40 roster spots taken. Like, you can because you're not going to start all those players. But like, for instance, one of my favorite players is Jose Ramirez, the third baseman for the Guardians, and he costs like $57. And I've had him since day one, and his price keeps going up. But I just don't care. I think he's great, so I'm gonna keep him on the roster until he hits like $65, and I just can't afford it anymore. So let's see if I probably need to refresh this. Come to think of it, or maybe it refreshes automatically. Hopefully it does. Let's see. I think we're good. All right. I hope some of my league mates join for it's called the Perfect Game Fantasy League. Let's see. So, yeah, here we go. All right, it started. I'm going to say hello. My team name is Butterscotch. Long story. It has to do with a pack of lifesavers. Yeah, that's such an old person thing to, give me the butterscotch lifesavers. Yum, yum. Yeah, every Christmas, my parents, since I can remember, they always give me one of those little storybook lifesavers candy things. That's every single year. I'm 47. So I love my lifesavers. As a matter of fact, just to show you all the truth. This candy was invented like World War II, but I still eat the lifesavers. I don't know. That's just one of those things, Hope everyone's doing well. Thank everyone for joining. I hope I'm doing this right. I got my screen set up here. As the bids come in, you can watch who I bid on, how much they're all that kind of fun stuff. Something just happened. All right. Rafael Devers. Yeah, there are some big names that had to be cut. I have no interest in Devers, and I do not price enforce. I've learned that the hard way. If somebody gets Rafael Devers for $1, they get him for $1. Like that's just how it is. But obviously here Devers is going for $33. All right. People are like, whatever, man. Shoulder injury, no shoulder injury. It's all good. So as you can see, whoever nominated Devers, wow, $37. Yeah, boy, get it. Yeah, boy. And then, so the next nomination is another one of my league mates. Where am I nominating? Not that it matters because it's not a snake draft. I'm just curious because I don't want to screw up while I'm trying to monkey with all this. So my draft strategy is to at least at the very beginning, like now, is to nominate players I don't want and try to get other people to bid on it. I realize that's pretty basic. And there should be some nuance to it, but I don't. If there is, I don't know what it is. I just look at it like I'm going to nominate a player that's going to cost somebody some money, and fill up one of their 40 slots. So that's kind of my philosophy on it. I used to do the price and force thing, but then I got caught. Like one year, I priced and forced Eloy Jimenez. Like what? And so I was stuck with him. I was like, what? I was like, it was really. I really regretted that decision. I was like, just let him have Eloy Jimenez. Who cares? I don't know what my problem was, but anyway, ever since then, I've kind of changed that because whatever the trick is, I don't know. Jose Altuve. Yeah, there's some good players out there. Let's take a look at the chat. Thanks everybody for joining up. I love watching drafts. I love doing drafts. So hopefully this will be kind of fun. What up, Chad? I see you, brother. What up, nerd? Hey, look, he's here. Hey, Uncle Ted. What up, dude? Every time I see Uncle Ted, I think about picking up Jose Tena last year. Had an interesting year. Hey, well, what's up, Joe? How you doing, man? Hey, what up? There's Chad, of course. And now my computer's acting up. Is this my hey, what up, man? What up, Joe? Good to see you, brother. I heard a beep. I better go check what's going on. Thank y'all for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I hope y'all enjoy this draft. It's always fun. I like to see how, especially auction drafts, because you got to kind of be with it a little bit. But this isn't like life or death or anything. And if I miss out on some players, that's all right. That's all right. Because I got a lot of good players that I like in this Ottoneu league. Like I said at the top, it's 5x5 old school roto, 12 teams. There are inning limits for the pitchers. There's no corner infield. There is a middle infield, but no corner infield. And your positional players are at 162. I was kind of nervous. I joined this league like I didn't know any of these players. I can't remember how I got into it, but I got into it and I was nervous. Like I'd never had, a keeper league with money. But I mean, I can't balance my budget, like my personal budget. How am I going to balance a fantasy baseball budget? Like, I don't know. But I really love it. I love it. It's one of my favorite leagues is this Ottoneu. I'm in 2 Ottoneu leagues. One is with the Pallazzo, 2Ls2Z. Shout out Pallazzo. But this was my first one. So that was Max Fried, just went for $22. That seems really reasonable. Good luck out there, Max Fried. Going to New York City. Remember that Pace Bacani commercial when they're eating the nachos? Or no, they're around a campfire and they're talking about their nacho sauce. And one guy's like, where? And he turns around and he's like, this was made in New York City. And they go, New York City. Get a rope. All right, so next up is Logan Ohape or Ohop. I say Ohape because why not? This is a two catcher league, but you don't really start two catchers. This isn't like an NFBC league because there's an innings limit. So you don't want to start two catchers, really. You want to start one catcher that hopefully doesn't hurt you. And in this league, I'm pretty sure I have. I better nominate somebody. I have Yanni or Diaz, so I just leave him in there. Hang on. All right, sorry that took me a minute. That was my first nomination. I promise I'll get better. So that's Jordan Alvarez, who I like Jordan Alvarez, but I'm worried about his knees, frankly. But I mean, he's such a good hitter. But I'm kind of hanging back a little bit in this one. Like I don't need just a whole heck of a lot. I mean, obviously, if I see somebody I want, I'll bid them up. But I only got like $140. I don't have that much money. I do need more pitching than I do hitters. Like I got pretty much my hitters all set. Of course, if I see a great Jordan's going for $52. All right, but I get it because the innings limit. I mean, it pays to go after those big boppers who produce because, like I said, you can't volume your way into production. All right, so that was Jordan Alvarez. He went for a healthy sum, my friend. $2. Okay, here's a guy that I want. So I'm going to keep. If anyone is watching from my league, yeah, this is Roki Sasaka, $26. So I'm going to bid one more. I'm willing to bid a couple high bidders, not me. I'll bid another. I'll do $29 for Roki, which is a big chunk of my budget. But I'm kind of I just got outbid. High fly ball outbid me $30. I think I'm going to let it go on that one. I think that's the key about drafts, and me hitting that $1 completely correlates to how much wine I'm drinking. Like if the more wine, it's like the sliders. The more wine I drink, the less ability not to hit that I have. So I'll try to keep it in check. Let me go over here and check the chat. What up, everybody? Hey, look who's here. It's Droopy Dog. What up, Droopy Dog? DD. Hey, Mike Virginia's in the house. Shout out, Mike. Thanks, man. Good to see you, my co-host for Pallazzo. Hey, if you're watching, hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'll try to have fun doing live drafts because it's the live draft season, isn't it? Alex Bregman is up. I like Bregman a lot, but like I said, we don't have a corner infield slot in this one, so Roki went for $30. That's a healthy price right there. So I don't need Bregman because I've got Jose Ramirez, and with no corner outfield, I just don't need Bregman. Although I love him in Boston, that big green monster. Yeah, if I need a third baseman, Bregman is going for $22. That's a good price. You know who else is available? At least maybe he got nominated and I just missed it. Ozzie Albies. We do have a middle infield slot, so if I missed it, which is very possible, we'll see. Ozzie Albies. Check. Yeah, he apparently he already went. Whoops. There's Corbin Burns. I like Corbin Burns in Arizona. How much is his price? $33. I need to drink. I need to hit this wine some more, man. I'm just not feeling spendy right now. I only need one starting pitcher. $30. Yeah. Well, he's below market, $33 for the Arizona Ace. But you know what? I kind of want the other guy, Zach Gallen. When he gets nominated, he's out there. I'm going to be in on that. He's in a walk year. I think he's 29 years old, came over in that trade from Miami. I kind of like his situation this year. He's got Corbin Burns as the number one ace, so I think he gets a little bit of a, not a break per se. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of a, he'll be in the number two SP. I like that. I could be talking crazy, but Zach Gallen, I'm definitely in on him this year. I think this is going to be his year right here. All right, let's see. Thank y'all again for being in the live chat. Uncle Ted likes Landon Rump. Yeah, I've been having my eye on him too. He was San Francisco Giants, kind of a swingman situation. Yeah, I like him. And we do start 5 starting pitchers and 5 relievers. I forgot to mention that. That's really important. So I'm kind of saving my money for some of the relievers, like Rosel Iglesias is out there. Kenley Jansen, Alexis Diaz, those folks. So I've got to get, and I only have 2 closers, and one's not even a closer. One's Kirby Yates, and the other is Hoffman. So I'm going to have to be in on these closers. And I'll just show y'all my little watch list. One good thing about the Ottoneu website is that you have a watch list on the regular and you just press import. Then all the people that I flagged as free agents just appear right here. Look, you've got Goldschmidt. You've got JJ Bleday. I like a lot. This order is random, so it kind of makes it hard to look, but okay, who we got? Luis Castillo just went for $20. Man, that's a great price. Here's some other closers I was looking at. Chris Martin, Ryan Presley. I need a bid on this guy, Yamamoto. If he comes up. Gleyber Torres, no interest in Gleyber. Everybody's favorite sleeper starting pitcher, Grant Holmes. I'll bid on him. And my personal favorite, Victor Vodnik. You're like, who? I'm like, Victor Wagner. Who? Victor Wagner, man. He was the closer for the Rockies last year for a while. I watched him play. I think he's good. I don't necessarily going to bid him up or anything, but he got some saves for me last year. I just love that name too, Victor Vodnik. Victor Vodnik. We would kill James Bond. Hey, look, Jordan Romano is out here. You can also draft prospects. Here's some that I like. Logan Henderson for the Brewers. He's having a great spring. Alan Roden for oops, I just screwed that up. Oh well. Let's see, Mike Trout. I like Mike Trout obviously, but I'm not going to bet on that one. So let's take a look. Let's see, Uncle Ted in the house, Terso Orlinas and Ernesto Martinez. I looked up Ernesto Martinez the other day. Yeah, I'm in. I'm gonna the Cuban player, AA, looks very, very promising. Uncle Ted, thank you for the heads up on that one. That is a good sneaky. That kind of call too is perfect for this type of league. When you've got 40 roster spots, you can grab a up and coming player like that. I hope he doesn't. I read somewhere somebody said he was kind of like Oscar Colas, and I was like, oh, don't put that on Ernesto, man. Who was that Cuban player for the Dodgers that had all the hype in the world, but he was kind of a jerk? He's not in the league anymore, but everybody thought for a minute that he was going to be like the Cuban Mike Trout. Oh yeah, this is the guy that I wanted. I like Yamamoto. I mean, essentially, I like any pitchers for the Braves. I like Landon Knack. All those fringy dudes. Oh, here's another one that I like for the Dodgers, and if they'll stop me if it gets too random, but Ben Kasparius. That guy threw gas last year. He's a swing man. I don't know if he's ever going to be anything but a bullpen arm, but yeah, man, I kind of like Ben Kasparius. That's probably not how you're pronouncing it, or how I should pronounce it. But he's a good looking player for a pitcher for the Dodgers. He'll probably start the year off in the minors, but that's fine. Good luck, Dustin May. It looks like he may be the 5th starter for the Dodgers. He's had a long, tough road, but I'm rooting for Dustin May with that carrot top. You know, that the comedian Carrot Top. He's got that carrot top thing. But he's a good pitcher. Hopefully he can stay healthy. All right, that was Yoshinobu Yamamoto, $30. Let's see. I wrote him down. Yeah, that's undervalued. That's $36. So that's a good price. That's a good get. Brandon Nimmo. No interest in that, gentlemen. So I'm going to switch on over here to the draft. Let's see. Uncle Ted's always dropping knowledge. Terso will win National League Rookie of the Year. Heck yeah, why not? Sounds like Terso is going to make the opening day lineup for the Padres. So good for him. Uncle Ted also talking about Ernesto. Oh, yeah. Puig. Yasiel Puig. Thank you, Joe. That's exactly right. Wasn't it like Zach Greinke or something, like threw his bags off the bus because he was being so insufferable? Which, oh, shoot. Excuse me 1 second. Here's a guy that people love that I don't get. Luis Robert Jr. And we did a podcast about bus or something. And I found it. And no shade on, look, he's a Major League Baseball player. He's more successful in his profession than I'll ever be at anything in my entire life. But like last year, he hit 14 home runs with a 224 average. In the last 5 years, dating back to the season 2020, he's had over 14 home runs once. So once out of 5. Now, it was a big boom year. He hit 38 that year. I guess that was the jacked up, juiced up ball year. But other than that, here's Luis Robert Jr.'s home runs by year. In 2011, 21. Well, that's confusing because now I'm just doing random numbers. But 11 home runs, 13 home runs, 12 home runs, 38 home runs, and then 14 home runs. I mean, obviously, there's one wild outlier, and that's in 2023. He hit 38 home runs. But, I don't know. I've never been a big believer. Plus, the White Sox. I really don't want any players on the White Sox this year, man. I hope they bounce back. But I don't know if this is the year. I like Christian Yelich. Good source of batting average, but I don't know, $20. I don't know why am I getting cheap in my old age. I guess I don't know why. It's not like this is real money. I mean, this is at the end of the year. There is we do pay a fee. I think it's $50 and then they pay out for second and third. I have no interest in Dansby Swanson. I'm not a whole lot of fun this draft. I'm going to start bidding on some folks. All right. What up, Anthony? I have a $16 Bobby Witt. How much can I pay for Aaron Judge? Ooh. All of it. Whatever you got. And an AL only league. Yeah, go for it. 100%. I love Uncle Ted bringing up this Ernesto Martinez. Uncle Ted, which team does he play for again? I'll check back in here. All right, I'm going to switch on over to the auction page. You can see it's real intuitive. It's easy. Ottoneu has done a great job. You've got the player over here, the last auction, which was Dansby Swanson for $18, which is really reasonable. Marcus Simeon, I don't have any interest in Marcus Simeon. I think he's going to bounce back this year. I like him. If I could bet on bounce back, I would take it. But look, you've got all these other players. Goldschmidt still out there. Yeah, you got a lot of Ian Happ. I'm not a big Ian Happ guy, but I get the appeal. Bryce Miller, I'm gonna be in on that one. Kevin Gosman, not so much. Hayden Wisniewski, I like him. Hey, look, there's that Landon Rupp. I marked him down. I like Zebby Matthews. I need closers, so I put in my queue or watch list here. Chris Martin for the Rangers, Ryan Presley, Adolis Chapman. I don't know who the closer is in Boston. Maybe it's Hendricks, maybe not. I don't know. Here's Lucas Ursig. I like him, obviously, just like most everybody. And my boy Kumar Rocker, Vandy boy. If the house is a rockin', don't bother knocking. Come on in. I like Kumar Rocker to get that. And I think it was Bubba, KC Bubba, that said it. I didn't come up with it. Somebody else did, but hey, there we go. There's Kumar. Let's see. I mean, I'll go $4. Hopefully they'll switch him over. They'll take what's his name? Gray. All right, I'll do $6, but that's it. So if you want them, all you have to do, yeah, I'm not going 8. I do like Rocker though. I think that's good. How much is he going for these days? Did I write it down? I do like Kumar Rocker. I think that's a good buy right there, Mr. ATC. I like Kumar Rocker. And if they move Gray, anyway, sorry, I was rambling. If they move Gray over to closer or high leverage bullpen, opens up a spot for Kumar Rocker. We'll see. I like Texas too. It's a good place to pitch. Brian Reynolds. I'm not that into Brian Reynolds. I don't know why. I never have been. All right, let's take a look in the chat. What's up, Droopy Dog? Yeah, I saw a little batting practice footage of Martinez. Yeah, see, Uncle Ted. Uncle Ted just, man, he's moving the needles. Uncle Ted's talking about Ernesto Martinez Jr. All right. How about Drake Baldwin in Atlanta? Yeah, I got to love that. I got to see Drake Baldwin in person at the Arizona Fall League in Mesa, Arizona. And yeah, he looks legit. In this league, I like him a lot. And in like NFBC draft and hold league, like a 50-round draft and hold league, Drake Baldwin at the end of the draft is cool. Everybody, I think everybody should be in on it. But in this particular league, like a 12-team league, I've got Yanier Diaz, so I do not need another catcher. Even one is tantalizing. Ooh, that's a big word. That's such a that word may have been on my calendar. A word a day. That word's so big. I'm going to take a drink. Tantalizing. It's not that big a word. Anyway, hey, thank you all for being in the chat. Thank you for watching. This is a live Paula. I was about to say Pallapalooza. In reference to Potapalooza, which is this weekend with Justin Mason, is doing Potapalooza. This is a Pallazzo 2 L's 2 Z's live stream. That's fun. So yeah, I like Justin a lot, and his wife Danielle. They're great people. So please go watch that this weekend. I think my co-host Mike B is going to be doing one of the segments. So please check that out. Oh yeah, see here, I'm going to have to do this. I beg your pardon. If you're watching, I'm going to and you want to bid me up, this is the guy. Looks like I'm going to be battling with my league mates here. What does he go for? Oh, sugar. I didn't write it down. Yeah. So I need one starting pitcher, and you don't have to, but you can start 3. Oh, look, I got him. All right, Zach Gallen for $19. I talked about it earlier, so I don't want to bore anybody too much, but I'm big on Zach Gallen this year. He's in a walk year, 29 years old. He's got to make that money. So I think he's going to have a good year. Of course, he's in Arizona too, which run support all day. I believe the Arizona Diamondbacks led the league in runs, or maybe Yankees. I don't know, but I like that. I like their coach, Torey Lovella. Yeah, so I got my one and only get so far, and it's only been like 30 minutes, but Zach Gallen for $19. I like Zach Gallen. And I've never liked the guys out. just to be clear, this isn't a thing. I've never liked Zach Gallen all that much until this year. With Corbin Burns there to take all the heat pressure off him. Yeah, I think. Oh, see, here's another one. Bryce Miller. Gotta love those pitchers in Seattle. What a bunch of aces. Brian Woo girls. I'm all into that. I wish the Seattle Mariners could score runs. That would be nice. Hadn't happened in years, as far as I can tell. All right, I'm going to do one more. That's the Allen family motto. One more. Oh, I just got outbid last second. $24. I'll let it go. There are a couple players I like a little bit, and so it's in any auction league, they have their own average auction values, AAVs, and Ottoneu, it's a little bit different than an NFBC league because there are inning limits and caps in Ottoneu. So the value on players is going to be different in this league than any other league, essentially, because you've got $400, you've got 40 roster spots. You can spend that money however you want to do it. Obviously, hang on, excuse me 1 second. Here's another guy that I'm not particularly interested in. I don't know why I've never been a Nick Castellanos, because he's had great years, power years. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I was like, I don't never liked Nick. Even when he was back with the Tigers. I don't know. Nick Castellanos is getting bid up. Hopefully y'all can see it on the screen over here. Over here, you've got the current status, which is the player and who's bidding. Over here, you can put in your bid amount. Tells you what the last auction was. Find players down here. Got the league chat. I really love it. The NFBC one is good too, but there are a lot of moving parts. But knock on wood. This isn't wood. This is Formica. This is fake wood. This desk is, this desk did not come from a forest. But so that was Nick Castellanos, went for $13. There's a $400 budget, so prices are going to vary. Everything is so league specific. But my one and only bid so far, not bid, but my one and only win so far, I guess you could call it, Zach Gallen for $19. I'm all up in some Zach Gallen business this year. Roki Sasaki already went. I didn't get that. Yamamoto went. I didn't get that. But Corbin Burns went. I didn't get that. but I don't really need bats all that much. So that's why I was looking at these pitchers. And all right, so Orion Kerkering, who is the super talented reliever for the Phillies, just went, which is interesting because that's $8. But Jordan Romano, I think, is the closer over there. But he provides ratios, and maybe he'll be the closer if Romano gets hurt. All right, let's head back to the chat. Uncle Ted's still hanging out. Thank you, Uncle Ted. He's talking about Ernesto Martinez Jr. Keep an eye on Ernesto Martinez Jr. Droopy Dog. Talking about Nick Castellanos. Yeah, that's what I would say. I think that's a good way to put it. Nick Castellanos, he's okay. He's kind of like, reminds me of like Lourdes Gurriel, like he's, solid, safe, I guess, plays. I don't think Nick Castellanos is going to get, hurt. He seems to be pretty healthy, but I don't know. It's just, I just never really, went in for Nick, Castellanos. But I see some people liking it because it's just solid, But there are other outfielders that I kind of want to. One of them, and I'll just scroll down here real quick. One of them is J.J. Bleday, and I promise I'm not. Let's see if I can find him in here. I promise I'm not just focusing on Vanderbilt players. The player that just went was Yandy Diaz, first base for the Tampa Bay Rays. Love everything Tampa Bay Ray this year out at the down south, down Florida. Gets hot in Florida. And then it rains. So this is bitter. I'm bidding on. This is Chris Martin for the Texas Rangers. He's getting bid up. That's because you can start at $5. Am I going to get $10? Oh, yeah. I'll let Chris Martin go. I like Chris Martin too. I think he's a closer for Texas. I mean, he legitimately has a 30 save shot. But they were talking the Bruce Bochy, who's the manager of the Rangers, and he specifically threw out a name. Oh, see, here we go. Hold on, I got to get on. I love J.J. Bleday. He specifically threw out a name. Sorry, I got a little off thread there. About a reliever that Bruce Bochy for the Rangers thought could get save opportunities, and that's last name Church. If anybody in the chat knows who the heck I don't remember the first name, but if anybody in the chat knows who the Texas Rangers relief pitcher last name Church, I remember that. I don't remember his first name. Give it a shout out in the chat if you don't mind, because that was somebody they picked out. I think Chris Martin is going to get all the saves. Don't get me wrong, but it was just interesting. All right, now this guy's going to go for some money. This is like, yeah. This guy's going to go. Rosel Iglesias. I mean, he's just as solid as it gets. There's not anybody else out there that's more solid than Rosel Iglesias. So if you want him, it's going to cost. He's already up to $22. I'll make it 23. We'll see if I get outbid. But yeah, I looked around and I could be wrong. I'll do $1 more because I'm desperate. Well, there is Kenley Jansen. Actually, if somebody outbids me, I'm not going to cry about it. Yeah, that's fine. Kenley Jansen is still out there. Alexis Diaz is still out there. And those guys are going to go hopefully way cheaper. But we'll see. But no, I mean, $26. That sounds high, but that's what you have to pay for a proven, 30 save in the bag, barring injury, Rosel Iglesias for the Braves. I liked it. I wish I could have got him. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody watching. Thank you so much for joining me on this Pallazzo 2 L's, 2 Z's Ottoneu auction draft. I hope you can see the screen. I'm not in on Ian Happ, so I'll move down here a little bit. This watch list is players that are available. These are free agents that have been during the off season. You can cut any player without a penalty. During the season, if you cut a player, there is a penalty to your budget. But here's some players. Oh, Jordan Romano's out there. I forgot about that. Yeah. So here's some players that I flagged. You can also draft minor leaguers too. Of course, you got Chandler Simpson. That's I bet that'll be a hot buy right there. Yeah, there's some players out there. It's hard being patient. It really is. George Springer. I'm going to pass on that one. Good luck out there, George. Clay Holmes, Grant Holmes. The Holmes reminds me of that Pulp Fiction. Who else do I? Chase Meadroth. I put him in there. I can't remember what podcast. I want to say maybe shout out to Mike. I'm so sorry, Mike Carter. But I was listening to Bubba's podcast, and they were talking about the Chicago White Sox, and they talked about Chase Meadroth. And I looked him up in the my little prospect book. Where is it? I get it from Baseball HQ, and I was like, "This dude hits." Chase Meadroth. This wherever he goes, he hits. He came over in the White Sox in the from the Boston Red Sox in the Garrett Crochet trade. Go Vols, along with a bunch of other players. By the way, Garrett Crochet. I mean, what a great trade. I mean, I know they had to give up a lot. They gave up Keel and their 3 best prospects essentially. But man, Garrett Crochet looks so good. I mean, superstar. 200 Ks in the book. Barring injury, obviously, as we always say. Seiya Suzuki is up $14, $15. See, like Seiya Suzuki, Nick Castellanos, Brian Reynolds, like what's the difference? Like they're all kind of the same player. Not saying anything bad about them. Like I'll just take whoever costs the less because they're kind of the same players and they produce. Although I think Suzuki's got a little bit of an injury history. But yeah, you need those in a 5 outfielder league. Like, you just get that solid production. I get it. Yeah, Christian Yelich already went. I was going to look into him for batting average because I've got some batting average issues. I got some I got some free swingers. And it's not the swingers. Not those swingers. Francisco Alvarez, New York Mets catcher, like him, obviously. But you can't start 2 catchers. I wouldn't. I don't know why you would, unless you had like Salvador Perez and I don't know, William Contreras or something. But you're capped to 162 games played for your catcher spot. And I've got Yadier Diaz. I got him like for $3 too. That was. Uh-oh. Excuse me 1 second. Let's nominate Kenley. He's one of those closers that he's got the job. Kenley Jensen for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. $9. That's yeah. These closers, I mean, That I guess that is like NFBC. Those closers go fast, and you got to get it. So I'm going $12 because I only wrote down a couple more. And this is a fab league too, so there are going to be closers that pop up during the year. I totally get it, but I do need at least one. Like, oh, with a second left, got me. That's funny. Do I want to go 14 on Kenley? Yeah, I think I will actually, believe it or not. And but that's it. So if Mr. Better, if you want to do 15, I won't press +1 again. So all right, so it went for $14, and I had him written down for 15, and not that spending less than $1 on average means you win anything. It doesn't, but just kind of it's not an overpay, and I'm not scared of overpaying, but because this probably is last year, so I don't know. But it was a need thing. Like, there are only a couple more closers out there, and I've got some closer specs. Let's see, if you look at my screen here, you got Alexis Diaz, who's a closer, at least for the time being, for the Reds. Lucas Ursig. I like Mason Montgomery, Ryan Presley, Tyler Holton, and these are two Detroit guys that Jason Foley's in the mix, but these guys are solid, even if they only pick up random. Oh, Jordan Romano, I forgot about him. Excuse me. Joey Bart. Why do I have Joey Bart on here? Oh, look, Salvador Perez. I didn't even know he was available. That shows what I know. Yeah, on my watch list, I have Victor Vodnik, but I don't have Salvador Perez. Thomas Sagasi, Nolvi Marte, Jesus Sanchez. Do y'all buy into Nolan Jones? I got him in one league, another auction league I was in. I got him for $1. And I was like, yeah, why not? I mean, although he had a tough season. And plus, you got Jordan Beck pounding down the wall, ready to come up. All right, this guy's interesting. This is Clay Holmes for the New York Mets. Converted starting pitcher. Looks real good. This spring training, but it's spring training. But I'm not in on that one, so I'll let that one go. All right, let's see. I'm going to head over to the thing. I was talking about Church. He said, Anthony says, Mark Church. Maybe Martin, but not the one from Chris Martin, not the one from Coldplay. Anthony says Reynolds and Suzuki better than Castellanos. Yeah, that's true. I think that's true too. I think that's a good point. All right, I heard some beeping. Oh, Alexis Diaz. Yeah, I'm going to put in a few bucks. Edwin's brother. I probably won't put it. Ooh, look at that. $12 for Alexis Diaz. There you go. Yeah, boy. All right, so far I've bid on several players, but I've got Kenley Jansen for $14. This is why I'm not in charge of the budget, gentlemen. Oh, JJ Bleday. I really like a lefty power bat, Zach Gallen. Yeah, this is why I'm not in charge of the money here in this house. Well, at least I'm in charge of managing it anyway. Let's see. That was Alexis Diaz for $15. You got to get closers. And they pop up during the year, but ooh, Walker Buehler. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm feeling Walker Buehler. I don't know. He's had like 5 Tommy John surgeries, but I think he's back. Looking good for the Red Sox. On a 1-year deal, and he's making what, like 20 million? Nah, maybe not that much. I honestly don't know. But because of the, I might go one more. It's about 10% of my budget. But I like Walker Buehler for 11. We'll see. I'm cool with Walker. Well, I got Zach Gallen. I got Walker Buehler. So I needed one starting pitcher, but I got 2. And I got J.J. Bleday, who I did not need at all. And I got Kenley Jansen. And so I need Kyle Finnegan. Oh, see, he wasn't even on my list. And now he's – am I going to price and force on this one? In this league, you can't have too many closers. You just can't. Yeah. He's up to $10. He's going right around in that Kenley for 14. Alexis Diaz, he's right in that area. What did Chris Martin go for? I can't remember. I think it was something around there too. I bet you get him for $12, which, heck, he was what, top 5 in saves last year in the league. Rhys Hoskins. Not into Rhys. Good luck out there, Rhys. All right, so let's check in with the chat. What up, boys? Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love drafting. I love watching people's draft. So I had this draft on tonight, and I thought it'd be interesting. Ottoneu draft auction league's a little bit different, so I thought it might be fun. I've been talking about Victor Vodnik. He's on my watch list, and here we got Droopy Dog. Yeah, not drafting. I exactly. For the record, I do not recommend drafting Rockies relievers. I do not. I'm with you, but I put him on there just because whatever. I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. He was one of those guys that I fabbed for $1 and got like 4 or 5 saves. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He is up for bid. The last auction was Rhys Hoskins for $6. Milwaukee Brewers, Rhys Hoskins. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. getting bid up. He's one of those solid, we talked about Seiya Suzuki, Castellanos, Brian Reynolds, Lourdes Gurriel kind of in that same mix, I would say. But I read a report the other day where the manager was talking about dialing back his playing time a little bit, which, spring training talk, who knows? I hope everyone is doing well. Today is Thursday. This week is flown by. Where I'm from, Nashville, it's spring break next week for a lot of folks with kids. So it looks like the work week will maybe be a little taking it easy. A lot of people on spring break next week. All right, Nathaniel Lowe, aka Nate Lowe, $3. That's a good deal for the starting first baseman. I've got in this league, we don't start a corner infield, so you are going to get good deals on corner infield players, just because there's no corner infield slot. And my first base is Matt Olson, and my utility, and I've also got Tyler Soderstrom, so I've got first base tied up. So, in the utility, do I have a utility? I think I've got Brent Rooker. I'll have to check. Obviously, that would be key information, but I like Bowden Francis a lot, but I don't need another starter. So I'm gonna let him run. There are two prospects that I absolutely, hopefully with like my very, very, very last nomination, I'll try to sneak those through. We'll see. But you never know how these auctions go. Generally, sometimes it gets heated during the end. Let's see. Looks like we've got everybody except one team. One team with 3 roster spots. It looks like maybe they're just saying, I just want to keep my open roster spots. Is this me? Hang on one second. You don't have to roster. All right, I'm going to nominate this guy who I like, Lucas. One of the relievers for Kansas City, Carlos Estevez, got paid to be the closer, but I think he's injured. Plus, Lucas Ursig, they traded for the A's, and he's just good. So he's valuable, even if he isn't like the name closer. So I like Lucas. I'm gonna bid that up for a minute. Victor Vodnik. Coming at me, great Hambinos. All right, I'm going to do one more. That's my family. Okay, sorry. I know that was late, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to be. I'm not trying to like play games or any of that BS. I just don't know about paying $11 for a non-closing closer. All right, Lucas Urseg for $11. I've got about $85. I've got $85 left. 15 roster spots. You don't have to fill up all those roster spots if you don't want to, and I'm not going to. So I've got a couple other players on my list and a couple. See, there's Ryan Presley, who may or may not be the closer. Guy, he's already bid up to $10. All right. Is Porter Hodge out there? I may toss him. Let's see if Porter Hodge is out here. Where's all right, go down here, find players. Let's see. Porter. Yeah, he's already taken, so never mind. Porter Hodge. Great rookie for the Cubs. Dominant last year. But then the Cubs went out and traded for Presley, so you figure Presley's going to get a shot to close. Whether he can do it, I have no idea, but they're going to find out, right? All right, here we are. Let's check the Colorado reliever talk. Hey, man. Hey, there's no shame in this game. Colorado reliever. Remember when Bard got like 40 saves that one year? Oh man, I can't. I love Victor Vodnik talk. It's my love language. All right, here we got Carlos Rodon. I did not know he was out. Now look at his price, $3. I'm crazy not to bid on this guy, but I just don't want to. I don't want to get stuck with him. because I feel like he said he had 2 good years, got his big contract with New York, and hadn't been good since. I'm just checking out seeing what the free cap space is like. I actually have the highest cap space, meaning if I want to overbid on somebody, I guess I can. Carlos Rodon for $10. Yeah, that's got it. That's got to be under market. But he's just always injured. Shane Bieber. Bieber's going to make an appearance this year, and probably in the second half. So Shane Bieber. Yeah, I one league 1 year. I'll always have a place in my heart for Shane Bieber. It was a draft champions league on NFBC, and my first 2 picks were Garrett Cole and Shane Bieber. I want to say that was like 2021 or something, and that's when Bieber won the Cy Young Award. And that was back in that's back in the pocket aces craze, and so that's what I did that year. Garrett Cole. That was back when Garrett Cole was with the Astros. Garrett Cole, Shane Bieber. 5-pitch mix, Shane Bieber. Got Bieber fever. Definitely had it that year. This is Mikael Garcia, Kansas City. Second base, third base, $11. Yeah, all right. Stolen bases. Or is that Michael Massey? I get those two confused. You think I know better. Bryson Stott. All right. Philadelphia second base, short. Good average, good player. Yeah, I bet he'll go for some money. I like old Bryson Stott. Philly's got the players, man. I wasn't dogging Nick Castellanos earlier. I was just saying, he's just, like a Suzuki or, one of those type players. But Kyle Schwarber, Stott, bomb. You're in an airport, don't say bomb. See how Aaron Nola does this year. Christopher Morel is up. Tampa Bay Rays. Is Chris Morel going to have a bounce back this year? He might. They might all bounce back hitting at a AAA ballpark in Florida. Yeah, I like that second base, third base. He's got the power, but that batting average is that's the kind of thing you have to make up for. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you everyone who is participating in the live chat. So awesome y'all to show up and hang out while we do a little live drafting, live streaming. This is my Ottoneu league. It's 5x5 roto. The Ottoneu is a little bit keeper dynasty. There's money attached to every single player, and you have a $400 budget. There is an innings pitch cap, and also a positional player cap too. So the rules are a little bit different than like a head-to-head league or things like that. But I love playing Ottoneu. I love the fact that you can, you can, during the course of the year you can fab a high school player for $1 or a AA player for $1, and unless you cut them. If that AA player turns into Ellie De La Cruz, what was this league too? And it should have Excuse me, it may have been me. Think of it. That had Ellie De La Cruz for like $1. And the inflation thing, that'll work, but that's kind of the fun of it. And most of the players don't work out, but one player that worked out for me is Yanir Diaz. I had him. I picked him up for $3 like 3 years ago, and that's been great because he's a high average catcher, which is really tough to find. If you get like a Sal Perez, I can't remember how much he went for, but that's $15 or more situation. So that's kind of the fun of it. And I'm not good at budgets at all. I've never met an Excel sheet that I can honestly work. But Ottoneu is pretty good. It's pretty intuitive. I've got $85 free. I've got 15 open roster spots. You do not have to fill roster spots. And I probably won't. All right. So it's my turn to nominate. So let me nominate this gentleman. So you hit the nominate button. I bet he'll go for $10. I'm just going to, or he's going to go for more than $10. So I'll just start it. Kind of keep it going. This Jordan Romano, the closer for the Phillies. I started him out at 10, got bid up to 11. I paid 15 for Kenley. God, did I pay 15 for Kenley? I guess that's what I wrote down. Jordan Romano, I think he's the closer. I'm going to go $1 more. I'm going to go $1 more. One more on my family motto. If you've ever been to the bar with me, you've heard me say that. All right, Jordan Romano. I actually got him cheaper than Kenley, which kind of makes sense, actually, come to think of it. But yeah, so Jordan Romano. I had 3 relief pitching spots that I needed to fill, and I got Romano, Kenley Jensen, and somebody else. I'll have to go back and look at it. Or maybe I do have one more spot. Matt Stram is being auctioned right now. Yeah, Kenley Jansen. Yeah, I missed out on Chris Martin. He went for some jack. Hey, look at that. See, this is one of the things I love is like Charlie Condon, who's the first round draft pick for the Colorado Rockies. He may go for $1. I'm not going to bet on him. But if he pans out, Charlie Condon was drafted, first, second, third overall that year from University of Georgia. And this team got him for $2, but that's kind of the gamble you take. Charlie Condon, look at that, $2. A couple years from now, somebody could be sitting on a $4 Charlie Condon superstar, or doesn't make it out of AA or AAA. You never know. Seems like hitters, though, generally a little bit safer. Nothing's safe, obviously, but hitters are a little bit safer. Pitchers, other than Paul Skeens, who's worked out swimmingly, but most of those pitchers don't work out. Andrew Vaughn for $1, first baseman, Chicago White Sox. Probably hit you 20 home runs. Brandon Donovan, St. Louis, second base, third base, outfield eligible. I like Brandon Donovan. But if you look at his stats, it's just, he's just he'll help you in average, but home runs and stolen bases. I mean, it's just, it's fine. But it seems like the whole St. Louis Cardinals team is kind of down. It's just, they're trying to get rid of Arenado. They can't do that. Mason Wynn looks good, but he's young. They traded Goldschmidt. Traded Tommy Edman. Yeah, rebuilding. Although I do like Alec Burleson. Lefty power bat. That dude rakes. But, how much do you want to pay for a platoon bat? Jordan Walker, since we're doing, I guess, Cardinals a minute. I saw he got injured the other day, like tripped over a sprinkler in the outfield. Looks like he's going to be all right. Jordan Walker for the Cards. All right, so the last one was Cam Smith. $2, one of those hot prospects. Merrill Kelly is up. Arizona starting pitcher. How'd my mic go on mute? I'm so sorry. Has it been that way for 20 minutes? I have no idea why my mic went muted. I didn't touch anything. I apologize for that. Oh, goodness. Thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I just never would have noticed. Just kept on going. Why did my mic go on mute? I didn't touch it. Who knows? Technical difficulties. Frankly, it's a miracle that I figured out how to share the screen without, blowing up the system. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for y'all's patience. I appreciate it. Ryan Mountcastle's up $3. Very reasonable for a power hitter in the Orioles lineup. There is no corner infield, so that's probably why you're going to see these infielders, corners go pretty cheaply, because you got a first base and a third base, and if you have a util player, you're probably not putting a first baseman there. All right. Let's do a little check here. Let's do a check of the watch list. Anybody on here y'all like? Hayden Wisniewski, Thomas Harrington, Logan Henderson, Michael McGreevy, Alan Roden, Tom Segasi, Jacob Wilson. You got some prospects up in there. This isn't a startup lead, if you're wondering. This league started about three years ago. So these players that have been cut for budget reasons or their prospects. So somebody cut Ryan Mountcastle last year when you didn't have to have a penalty. So that means you can cut a player, and then I'll bet you $1 million Ryan Mountcastle, whoever had him, it wasn't for $3. It was probably double that or triple it. So that's why you got to cut some of these players, because your other players that you want to keep the price goes up. Zaire Hope, that's tantalizing right there. Denzel Clark for the Athletics. Zebby Matthews. Yeah, it's kind of Prospect City. There's Seth Halverson. Oh, look at that, Seth. Just got bid up $2. Go Vols. Seth, I don't know if he's a closer or not, but he should be probably for the Colorado Rockies. That dude throws gas. $2. That's a great price. I know it's Colorado and all, but that's definitely a good price for a very talented, hard-thrown reliever. $2, Seth Halverson. I've got 11 roster spots free, $63 free. So we'll see what else is out there. There was this one. I just put him up here. Aurelius Martinez. I like him. Another prospect I like is Chase Meadroth. There's no way I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he's a middle infielder for Chicago White Sox. Came over on the Crochet trade. I was looking at his numbers, and dude just hits. And I can't think of, and I believe he played all last year in AAA, so I can't think of any reason other than maybe Super 2, time manipulation, why he wouldn't be up for the White Sox organization. Chase Meadroth. And the dude, he hits everywhere he goes. So I got him for $1. And I got JJ Bleday. Love lefty power bats hitting in Sacramento, California, at that AAA ballpark. I'm all about that. Zach Geloff, speaking of Athletics, just went for $2. Second baseman went for $2. Here's another reliever that I really like, Tyler Holton for Detroit. I'll bid him up a little bit. That's probably about it, though. I got Grant Holmes for $5. I like Grant Holmes, starting pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. Zach Gallen I got for $19, somewhere in that neighborhood. Oh, Big Christmas. Joe, I call him J Honk. Honksky Noel. God, that dude's got some power. Looks like Franmil Reyes. I'm going to switch back over to the chat. Hopefully my mic has been unmuted. Sorry about that, guys. Uncle Ted's back. What up, Uncle Ted? Caleb Durbin. Yeah, he looks good this spring, doesn't he? Is he going to be the starting third baseman for the Brewers? Robert Hassel III, Kingston Springs, Tennessee, right outside Nashville. What up, RH the third? Uncle Ted, always a pleasure. Thank you all for live chatting this up. J Honk Big Christmas went for $4. It's not a bad price for a 20 home run, 30 home run bat, maybe. Uh-oh, my turn. All right. So we're kind of the point in the draft where I think I'm just going to start trying to get guys that I like. And here's one of them. Logan Henderson. He's a pitching prospect for the Brewers. They just signed Quintana, so maybe I'll get him through here for $1 since we know he's not going to make the rotation. But he's a pitching prospect that I really like. And I've got 11 roster spots, so I'll take a shot on somebody like that. I can't remember if it's this league or another one, but I did the same thing with Tobias Myers, and he had like a 3.5 ERA, which a bunch of wins, which getting him for $1 on the waiver wire, you can't beat it. So yeah, that's why I like Logan Henderson for $1. See how that turns out. Logan Henderson, Milwaukee Brewers pitching prospects. Generally, I don't like going for pitching prospects, but whatever. Excuse me. I also like Michael McGreevy. I think he's going to make some starts this year for the Cardinals. Other than that, I'm really not shooting for a whole heck of a lot. Let's see. Mitch Keller went for $7. Pittsburgh Pirate. He kind of reminds me of like Mackenzie Gore. Like Mitch Keller, Mackenzie Gore flashed, all that, promise, had success, had some not so much success. I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all into Mitch Keller, Mackenzie Gore, that situation? Uncle Ted in the chat brings up a great point. Zach Veen. We were talking about Jordan Beck earlier. Yeah, I will bet you Zach Veen is well, I don't know. We'll see. Let me see if Zach Veen has been taken. Former first round pick. He's really come back with a vengeance. Well, he's out there. Yeah, I'll take a shot on Zach Veen. Chris Bryant just went. Speaking of Colorado, $2. Man, the Chris Bryant days of hard times. Didn't feel like it was all that long ago when he was the belle of the ball at Chicago. Then he signed that big contract, and then complained about being at Colorado. I'm like, man, they're paying you like $160 million. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I may try to sneak in Zach Veen, my next one up. And then and then the one after that, I'll sneak in old Victor Vodnik, give him somebody to hang out with from Colorado. It's a 5x roto league. There, there's a pitching limit and starting limit for positional players, and basically, it's from what I've read, they tried to make your Ottoneu league like you're an actual, owner of a team, and also put the innings pitch limit on there so that you're not just streaming every single day to your way into all the pitching categories, which I totally respect. It's just kind of fun. It's just interesting. I like NFBC leagues. I like draft and hold leagues. I like head-to-head points leagues, head-to-head cats. And this is just another way of doing it. And I love the keeper dynasty aspect to it. Now I'm so self-conscious. I have to check back to the chat every now and then and make sure my mic's not on mute. Really for like 20 minutes or something. Just do. But I appreciate y'all giving me the heads up. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. I hope you all have enjoyed it. I've had fun. I love drafting. I love watching drafts. And this one's kind of different because it's Ottoneu. So I thought it would be fun to put it on here and see what's up with everybody. I have no idea how long this is going to play out. Maybe like we look like we've pretty much got our entire league still here. The number of roster spots, varies, but it will probably go on for a while. But I don't think I'm going to, especially as all the marquee players have gone. I don't think anybody cares about watching, me auction Victor Vodnik. So we may shut it down here in a minute or two. But I'm going to try to sneak a couple more players. Through, so we'll keep on for that. That was Josh H. Smith, super utility player for the Texas Rangers. He's good. I looked at him the other day. He went like 15-15 with a decent average, filling in for injured Rangers. In every draft and hold league I'm in, I make it a point to try to draft Josh H. Smith because he's going to get playing. All right, hang on. Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah, this is the player I wanted. I'm a big fan of Michael McGreevy. He's a prospect pitcher for St. Louis Cardinals. I don't know why, but for some reason, I've been watching him through the minors and AAA Memphis. I just think he's a really good pitcher. I think he's going to be a good rotation pitcher here for the Cardinals sooner than later, and that's why I went ahead and got him for $1. So it saves me. If he gets called, Sonny Gray or somebody gets in there and he gets called up. So Michael McGreevy was one of the players I was looking at. I don't have that many. I have 9 roster spots. I'm not going to fill all of those 9 up. I don't need to. So I wanted to see who else. What other prospect did I want to try to sneak through? That was Drake. To Sean Murphy. Yeah, Drake Baldwin looked really good out in Arizona Fall League. Hitter first catcher. Bo Naylor. I barely know her. Yeah, there's Bo Naylor. I only start 1 catcher. You can start 2, but I don't want to start 2 catchers. So I start Yanni or Diaz, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So I don't bid on any other catchers or catchers. Dark Varsho for $1. Not in on that one. All right. Let's do, what do y'all think? I'm going to do one last nomination on the live stream. All right, so what is up, Uncle Ted? Terso is replacing right. I like that call. Uncle Ted also likes Josh Smith. Ernesto Martinez. That's what I need to do. All right, I'll see if I can sneak him in, Uncle Ted. Let's do that. Thank you, sir. Jacob Wilson. I like him. Good batting average. But I do not need a shortstop in this league. Let's see if I can find Ernesto. What do you think, Uncle Ted? Ernesto or Zach Veen? We'll see what Uncle Ted says. All three. I'd be willing to bet Terso is already on somebody's team. All right, so Terso, Veen, Ernesto. All right, so Ernesto's out there. We'll take a shot at him. Veen's out there. We'll take a shot at him. Let's see if Terso's out here. Oh, he is. Look at that. All right. All right, Uncle Ted. Terso will be our next. Ryan Jeffers, catcher. Oh, look at that. Christian Moore. Go Vols. I missed him. Went for $3. Yeah, he may start for the Angels. Super talented. He showed out in the College World Series. Go Vols. All right, my nom is coming up here. Is it? 1, 2, 3. In about 4 noms, and they should go a little bit faster because people are running out of money. But we're going to bid Terso Ornelas. I know I'm not pronouncing that right, but he's the San Diego Padres outfielder who Uncle Ted loves. I like him too. He's replacing Profar with the Padres. Uncle Ted says he's a league winner, and I believe in Uncle Ted. So we're going to do Terso, Ernesto, and Zach Veen because I've got 9 roster spots, and this is where you want to fill them up. All my starters are taken care of, so this is just prospect time. And Sir Anthony Dominguez. Don't need that. Zaire Hope. He's popular these days. Thomas Sagasi. Alan Roden. Thomas Harrington. All right, so Sir Anthony Dominguez went for $3. Yeah, you don't have to, but you can start 5 relief pitchers. So that's why players like him get bid up or bid on. Sir Anthony Dominguez, $3. All right. Paul Sewald. He was Mariners closer for a while, had a good year or two, and then went over to and then Arizona traded for him, and all the wheels fell off. All right, it's my nomination. We're going for it. Terso Ornelas, prospect for the San Diego Padres, replacing Jurickson Profar. We'll see how he does. $1 going once, going twice. Sold. All right. Shout out Terso. $1 San Diego Padres outfielder. I think, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to end it on that one. Yeah, we're coming up on 9 o'clock, but thank you everyone for showing up, saying hello. Let's head back to the chat real quick. Uncle Ted still hanging in there, man. I appreciate it. Shout out Uncle Ted. Terso number 1, Veen number 2, Ernesto number 3. I'll do a little post on this. Uncle Ted always got interesting things to say on the chat. Appreciate you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this one up. It's been a 2-hour live stream of an auction draft Pallazzo podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's. If you're still watching, bless you. Would you mind hitting the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already? It's free and it would mean a lot to us. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. I've been having fun. I hope y'all had a good time. I love draft. It's the draft season. So thank you everyone that's hung in there and stopped by to say hello. All right. Appreciate y'all. Have a great evening. Talk to you soon.